Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Stay Tuned Laura. I'm Laura, obviously. Alright guys, so in today's video, I will be discussing what I do as a side hustle. So if you had me on social media for a while, you would know that what I do as a side hustle besides my animation and my Photoshop art is I create clay figures and I sell them. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and show you my clay figures. And here we have one of my very first clay figures. This is Mandy from Billy and Mandy. And up here are more of my complicated figures. This is actually one of my most recent ones. That's Frank from Donnie Darko. If you haven't watched that movie, watch it. And here we have one of my absolute favorite clay figures that I've done. This is Benton Tarantella from Courage the Cowardly Dog. I hope you guys have seen that show, and I hope that you guys really like this character. This used to be for sale, but since nobody bought it at the moment, it's all mine now. So yay. I know a lot of you guys are gonna, be curious about this one. This is obviously King Ramses from Courage. Excuse the dust, he's been up in my shelf for quite some time, but also one of my favorites from Courage. And of course, who can forget Freaky Fred? I mean, he's kind of cult favorite, I suppose. Again, excuse the dust, he's been here for quite some time. Hope you don't mind, but I did want to show, just how Frank came out. He's a bit heavy and he's about the size of my palm, give or take. I thought you guys might be curious as to how he would seem if you're carrying him or something, right? So yeah, hopefully you like it. He's one of my recent creations. And I know you guys are dying to see Oogie Boogie. His stance is detachable. I can't bring myself to actually, fixating him on it permanently. But yeah, here you go, just so you could see, the size and stuff. He's actually pretty light for being pudgy. And of course, back to Billy and Mandy. Here is a dusty Fred Burger. He's cute, he's pudgy, and he's actually pretty light. Excuse the dust. And here is Billy. Cute little Billy, very light, just like Mandy. Well, there you guys have it. You saw all the clay figures that I was able to hold on to thus far. Now, I bet you're wondering, Laura, but why do you sell clay figures? Well, I'll tell you why. The reason that I choose to sell clay figures is because, first of all, I have fun with it. I love to, create things that I love, like from my childhood or random ideas that I have, right? And the thing is that in about 2 to 3 hours, sculpting and painting, I would be able to make between $50 to $80 in a day. Right, depending on how fast I can work or how detailed the clay figures are. And on that subject, I would like to address that I hand, sculpt and I hand paint every single clay figure that I've done. And on that note of, sculpting and painting, I won't keep you in suspense. Let's go ahead and show you the tools that I use and the clay that I use. Alright, excuse my dirty box, but this is the tools that I use for my clay sculpting. Technically, these are wood carving tools, and pardon this little batch of rings. I do create pendants with my clay from time to time. I mean, now mind you, I don't use every single tool because some of them are just what is this, right? But it's fine. I mean, you never know. Maybe one day this will come of use to my figures. Now, I don't necessarily recall where I got these from, but I want to say that I got these from Amazon, and I believe, if memory serves me correct, I do believe that this cost me around $15, maybe $20, at most. Alright, now that you've seen my carving tools, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the clay that I use. Now this is original sculpting. Usually comes in a brick of 3. Excuse me, I think somebody closed it for me. Yeah, well, it's more than halfway gone. So sorry, I can't show you the full thing. And I also use Super Sculpey. Now let me tell you the difference between both of them. Super Sculpey, I use this one if I need to do something much more complicated and detailed, right? So this is like my preference. However, there is a big price difference. This one is rather pricey. But as you can see, I got it from Hobby Lobby, and Hobby Lobby does have a coupon in their app. Now this one is more affordable and you do get more clay. However, it's much softer and I find this one to be just a little bit more annoying to work with, but I use it for like things that aren't super detailed and I feel like don't need like that strength that the Super Sculpey has. And I also wanted to add that at times I'm not able to purchase this every single time that I go to Hobby Lobby because sometimes it's simply unavailable, which is really freaking annoying. So I have to settle for this sometimes. Like I want to say like 35 to 40% of the time. Alright, now that I've shown you my clay and my sculpting tools, let me show you my preference of paints that I use. Again, this is also from Hobby Lobby. I do like these are just a tad bit pricey, but I do like them better than, you know, like the Walmart brands because it doesn't have a gross smell. I also would like to add that I like to get the basic colors. Right now I'm missing white. I need to go buy some actually this weekend, but I like to use the basic colors because I prefer to hand mix my colors to get the color that I want exactly. Just a thought. Alright, now that you've seen the clay figures that I still have and the materials that I use, I want to go ahead and show you a quick process of how I do my clay figures. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. Alright guys, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed, you know, like my process video and this video in general. I really hope that it inspires you to do your own side hustle. And like I said before, I don't do clay full-time because I'm committed to my YouTube and I'm committed to animating and, you know, my Photoshop work. Well, and yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like this video. Hopefully you have fun if you decide to ever do, you know, clay figures. Yeah, if you like this type of videos, let me know. I had a lot of fun recording this for you. I like to help people and I like, you know, when people help each other. So I mean, this concludes our video. Again, I hope that if you do try to mess with clay, hopefully you have fun with it. Hopefully you make some cash, you know, if you can, or if you enjoyed it that much, right? It is a process, but it is fun, for me at least. Well, thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.